What we just saw with the Boston Celtics and the Toronto Raptors in Game 6. Oh my goodness. That was an unbelievable game. I mean, look, I'm here just to talk about the game alone. No script. The game literally just ended, and I'm not gonna cut this up. I'm literally just going to ramble on as long as I can to talk about this game, because what we just saw was the best playoff game in the whole season for sure, and probably one of the best playoff games in recent years, to be honest. Because let's just think about it. Let's set the scene first, right? The Celtics had a really good game 5, and they came up 3-2, and it looked like, okay, after, losing the last two games, the Celtics are in good position to win this series and go to the conference finals. But the Raptors had different plans. So the games, I don't even know where to start. I don't even want to structure this at all. This game was unbelievable. Just think, now that I'm watching the replay back in my head again, it was just such an exciting game of basketball. And watching that game, it made me think, how could you not like basketball or the NBA because of games like that? You don't get that in any other sport. I'm no disrespect. I love the NFL. I love football. You don't get those kind of games in the NFL. You don't get those kinds of games in baseball or hockey or any other sport you can think of. What we just saw there is only for basketball. And I cannot believe that more people don't watch basketball, because that was a classic. That was a classic. And it was just, oh my goodness. I'm still in shock of what we just saw. And the fourth quarter was a great fourth quarter. Okay, so Pascal Siakam, let me just start there. Pascal Siakam had a bad game. Let's just get this up. I'm pulling up the stats right now. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, playing 54 minutes. That is not a good game from the guy who was supposed to be your star player. After Kawhi left last year, he was expected to be the guy to carry the charge, and that's just not been the case. He had a great regular season, and he's done pretty well in the bubble, but this was just not a good game. And he hasn't really had a great series, to be honest. So him not showing up, but the Raptors still being able to win, just shows how great Kyle Lowry is. He had a terrific game, and oh my god, just watching him play, and I'm not even talking about fourth quarter, overtime, double overtime. I'm talking even in regulation, because what do you have? He had 33 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists, and played 53 minutes. He was shooting threes. I think he made 7 or 8 threes in regulation alone. So he wasn't missing. When he's not a great shooter, he's not known to shoot threes like that, but he was making them, and he wasn't missing the whole game. His defense was terrific, poking the ball at any chance he could get. When someone was in the post, whether it was Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, posting him up, he knew how to pick the ball off right away, get the steal, and get a good basket in transition. He was the impact player, and there's a reason why Kyle Lowry is one of the best Raptors players ever. And it's so funny because of all the slander that he got. Remember last year, and even the years before, when the Raptors were being owned by LeBron, or even last year when Lowry wasn't great in the finals? All those memes, all the slander. I remember there was the video of the kid who bragged about how Lowry had 7 points or whatever. This is a different Kyle Lowry. This is the Kyle Lowry that the all-star, the franchise player. Kyle Lowry is a franchise player, because the things that he did in this game solidify why he's so great for this team. He was making shots. He was making big plays at the right times. He made such a big contribution, and it was great. So the fourth quarter, right? We're getting to the end, and we're thinking, okay, what's gonna happen here? Kemba Walker, right? He takes it in, gets the layup, no foul. I honestly thought it was a foul, but I guess you can say it's debatable, but I thought it was a foul. So he doesn't get the call. It goes, and the shot doesn't go in. So go to overtime, and we're like, okay, the game's looking nice here, because in the fourth quarter, it was a back and forth. The Celtics would run down the court and hit a three or hit a shot, and then the Raptors would come back and do the exact same thing. So it was just a back and forth the whole fourth quarter. So for it to go to overtime made sense, because none of these teams were missing. We go to overtime, And literally the exact same thing happens, but it's like on a bigger scale because it's overtime. So both teams are making their shots. Jaylen Brown hits a three, or Pascal Siakam hits a shot in the mid range. Anunoby hits a three. Norman Powell does something. Kyle Lowry does something. So these teams were just going back and forth and back and forth, and it just made for such an exciting basketball game. And I'm gonna be honest. Thank God I'm not a fan of either of these teams, because if I was a Celtics fan or if I was a Raptors fan, I would have had 15,000 heart attacks, because I can't imagine being a fan of these teams watching, because the amount of anxiety that I would have, oh my goodness. So for me to be able to enjoy this game and not have to stress about it made the experience even more enjoyable, because I didn't have to stress, because I don't have a dog in this fight. I could care less who wins this series. It's interesting. I love it, but they're not my favorite teams. So getting to watch two great teams, by the way, you have the defending champions going up against a solid Boston Celtics team, and to watch them go back and forth the whole time, it was great for me. Then we go to overtime, right? And like I said, they're making shots going back and forth and back and forth. Then it comes down to the last shot, and Van Vliet doesn't get the ball. Kyle Lowry doesn't get the ball. Not even Siakam gets the ball. Who takes the last shot? Norman Powell. Really? Why did Norman Powell have the last shot? No one understood that. When he did that, what did he do? He had the ball. He waited for the last seconds. The clock went to 5. Dribble, step back, 3, brick. Why? Why did he have the shot? Why didn't Van Vliet have the shot? Why didn't Lowry have the shot? Why didn't OG Anunoby have the shot? They were making their shots during the whole game. Why did Powell have it? But it goes to second overtime, so we're like, oh my god, this game is crazy. Everyone's making their shots. This game is too intense. Who's going to go to Game 7? Are we going to Game 7? Is Boston going to move on and face Miami? What's going to happen? We go to second overtime, and I think the back and forth with the Celtics and Raptors was elevated to another level, because it was at a higher scale, because the Raptors would not miss their shots. I think they made the last 7 shots in the game. Jaylen Brown, corner 3, bang. Pascal Siakam, other end, bang. Marcus Smart throws a lob to Daniel Tice. Then you have Anunoby, hits a 3. Then you have another lob to Daniel Tice. He lobs it. Another 3. It just kept going back and forth and back and forth. Marcus Smart, by the way, had a great game. He made a lot of threes, and he made a lot of big plays. So, kudos to him. But then you get to the last play, and I forgot what happened. I actually already forgot what happened, damn. But I believe Brown hit a 3, and then I think the lead went to 1. That the lead was only cut down to 1, so the Raptors were only up by 1. The ball goes to the other end. Norman Powell goes all the way to the basket, gets the and 1. So the Norman Powell slander from the last overtime quickly ended, because he basically gave the Raptors the win. He gets the and 1, he makes the free throw. They go back and forth again. The ball goes again to Lowry, and then he hits the fadeaway dagger. Raptors win Game 7 on Friday. What a game, man. And I love basketball, because the way that these teams went back and forth, because the amount of anxiety, because one makes a shot, we all go crazy. The other team makes a shot, we go even more crazy. And then it just keeps going and going and going. And we're just like, oh my god. Man, I'm still in shock of how great that game was. That was great playoff basketball, man. And man, I don't know what it is, but this bubble environment just makes the games even more exciting. To be fair, imagine that game. This game was supposed to be a Celtics home game, hypothetically. So imagine this kind of game in TD Garden. Oh my god. Or imagine, dude, Raptors fans are crazy. So imagine this game in Toronto, in Scotiabank Arena. It would have been even more intense. So we felt the intensity of the game, even in the bubble where there's no fans in the crowd. So imagine what it would have been like if we were in TD Garden or Scotiabank Arena. It would have been even more insane. But yeah, this was an incredible game. And it's crazy to think how the Celtics had an opportunity to go up 3-0 in the series. But then OG Anunoby hits a shot with 0.5 seconds left in Game 3. And all of a sudden, that changes the momentum of the whole series. And now we have a Game 7. That is unreal. And obviously the winner's going to play Miami. But that was just an incredible game. And I'm happy because I got a good game. The Raptors fought hard, and I love what they did because I love that they proved that they're still the defending champions. And it's not impossible for them to go back to the finals or to go back to back. You never know with this bubble environment. But yeah, that was basically it. I just wanted to ramble, give my thoughts on this game because it was just incredible. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching. Me babble on about one basketball game. I never thought I'd do this, but it was just such an intense game. I had to share it. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and comment below what you thought of this game because I thought it was one of the best basketball games I've ever watched and one of the best games I've watched in years. Let's just get that out of the way. And I don't have anything else to say. Please subscribe if you haven't already to show some support. We're growing pretty well, so I'm obviously completely thankful for all of the support I've been getting. Also, be on the lookout for the gaming channel. I'm going to be posting some 2K21 there soon. Get ready for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have some fun ideas. And I think that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the continued support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.